Hello and welcome back. Well, a couple days ago I have seen some arguments online about which game has stronger bosses, and well, that gave me inspiration to pretty much do some boss battles over here in this game. Now, this is the eyeball boss, my personal favorite boss in the game, and this boss is also one of the most difficult ones in Punishing Grey Raven. You will see what I mean. Of course, keep in mind, this is the first difficulty of the boss, pretty much the easiest difficulty stage in terms of overall level requirements, CP requirements and such. And as time progresses, I will be bumping up the difficulty. But for the first video, I'll be playing around with the first difficulty boss. And well, as you can see, he's already turning hardcore on me in a second. And of course, I'll be putting some fails in the end, which I think are funny. One of them is kinda unique, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. So this boss is one of those bosses that's fucking tricky in the game, and as you can see, look at this piece of shit. What he's doing. He will spam these lasers. He will pretty much make you dance around. And one wrong move and you are pretty much dead, so gotta be careful. And let's not forget, this game doesn't have unlimited evasions like another game that I will not mention this time. And the fanboys of that game claim that this boss is easy. when I pretty much saw the responses, I kinda lolled hard because 90% of those people are not gonna be able to complete this boss properly at all. And well, the first run here got cleared. Nice. Well, I will play with this boss a lot more since I want to show you what he can also do. Now, the first difficulty stage is pretty much I personally like to play it for training. Here I pretty much warm up with this boss when I pretty much prepare myself for any kind of run. Since this boss, once he starts floating, you start dancing. Let me tell you that. Now, the first one, despite also he is still hardcore, but a bit more forgiving on the first difficulty. So it's perfect for training, but at the same time perfect for even when you're training, you're not chilled, since you don't know what to expect, so you're always on the edge with this boss. And once the difficulty starts to be increased, he is getting more hardcore and more hardcore. And I will pretty much do all difficulties for this boss, a video per difficulty. So this is the easiest difficulty, and well, next one will be the second difficulty, and the third one will be maximum difficulty for this boss. And I did clear all of them. The last one is extremely hardcore, and as you can see, this motherfucker made me dance left and right. And we gotta also evade all these different lasers, even though they don't appear to do too much damage. They still do some damage, and there is bleed effect. So yeah, definitely not a chilled experience, but still perfect for training. And this boss also, like I mentioned before, some people claim that this boss is extremely easy. So well, take my challenge, clear this boss, go for it. I challenge you, clear this boss, and claim that it is easy. Don't forget, you don't have unlimited evasions like that famous game. So if you don't evade properly, you die. And well, he got slashed to bits and pieces. Nice. Alright, so we have a couple of these bosses. One of the other bosses that's still hardcore is Rosetta. And I will also play her from pretty much the first difficulty till the last difficulty. Rosetta was kinda nerfed, but in the challenge, in the boss challenge, she is pretty much the same difficulty as pre-nerf. So yeah, that means she is still hardcore there, so that's gonna be fun. And this boss, however, this boss is extremely like tricky because he is mostly unpredictable. And when I say unpredictable, you pretty much don't know what he will do once he starts floating. He can spam these lasers, and pretty much you gotta cross your fingers if you get hit not to get one shot. Or he will spam the focused laser, where he will focus, yeah, there we go, where he will do that. And if you don't dodge this properly, you are pretty much dead. And sometimes he can spam them for a minute straight. So that means sometimes more than a minute of evading. And that's kinda hilarious. And at the same time, well, still fun. I don't know how people will react to this boss. I think this boss was kind of removed from the paint cage, if I remember correctly. And there we go. I kicked the fucking bucket. Holy shit. See what happens when you don't dodge? When you miss the dodge, you die. Pretty much on all difficulties in this game. Doesn't matter if it's the first difficulty or the last. If you get hit, you die. Nonetheless, it doesn't pretty much matter. If you don't dodge, you're pretty much like done for. And don't forget, you don't have unlimited evading. Wrong evades can cost you life. And overall, his attacks are kinda fast. Like you need to pretty much memorize some of his patterns, some of his attacks, because if you miss, for example, when you're up close, up close on his front, he usually does that shotgun motion with his weapons that you can see on his left and right side. And when he does that, he can knock you back, and of course, his long range weapon, the laser, that can be tricky to dodge. You pretty much have to get used to the boss. You need to get used to the laser, mostly because that laser is tricky. Mostly tricky to dodge when you're pretty much playing it for the first time, since as soon as you see the laser icon popping up, you should immediately start to dodge. If you if you're late 1 second only, you pretty much get hit. So you gotta be careful around that. So that's his primary weapon. His secondary weapon can be and is the mechas that he can spam, the spider mechas that explode. They also can one-shot you. And as you can see, this motherfucker made me fucking dance over here. Look at this piece of shit. Look at this fucker. Look at this motherfucker. And I got hit. See? That's what I'm telling you. Like, unpredictable. You don't know what to expect from this piece of shit. And, well, it doesn't, like, look that he's too tanky. And he isn't too tanky. But he can do so much damage to you in a short amount of time that it's not even funny. And when I see some people like being really not close-minded but fanboys, that's kind of hilarious. Since other bosses in other games on the similar genre pretty much don't have a boss that's as hardcore as this. Like overall, this boss has like how many varieties of attacks? Like it's not like the constant basic like one slap that can kill you. It's pretty much the variety of weapons that he can do to mess your day up. And yeah, other games in this on this platform, should I say, kind of didn't get that right. And also, if you think that you can just camp the lasers out, yeah, not a good idea. Not gonna work, definitely. As you can see, moving is key to win, and also a healer is a must. Of course, you can go full hardcore and don't pick a healer, but yeah, I mean, you see where that's going, and I think I will do that actually. I think I should do that. Try to do a no heal nightmare. Yeah, I think that's giving me some ideas. All right, for one of the next videos, that will be. Alright, and also you might think, why aren't those lasers killing me? Well, it's because I'm moving. Like I am not letting the lasers touch me too much. If those lasers focus you, you're dead. And one wrong move and I'm dead anyway, so gotta be careful around that. Thankfully, S-Leaf's healing abilities give me somewhat of a fraction of invincibility and heals, so I can chill out for a split second, so that's something that's at least good. And now the ball went in rage mode. Now, as you can see, once he enters the rage mode, he has this flamethrower. Yeah, you don't want to get hit by that flamethrower, so you pretty much want to kill him as soon as possible once he starts to pop that flamethrower. He also starts to jump around left and right. He spams these two drones that pretty much shoot lasers from above, and he pretty much launches these bombs non-stop. So he has two modes, rage mode and normal mode. In the normal mode he is kinda not as hardcore as you might think, but he is still hardcore once you start to realize what he can do to you, once you start to actually play the boss. At first, he will usually start with the laser. Sometimes he will not. Sometimes he will start with the grenade launcher, which is also pretty nice. And as you can see, camping the corner not gonna help. Lasers get spammed from the corners. Yikes. Alright, that was... and as you can see now, this, if you get focused, you're pretty much dead. This motherfucker knows how to mess your day up. Look at this. And you never know when that will happen. Like, you never know when he will start to spam these focused lasers, which is pretty funny if you ask me. And there we go. He launches those mortars, and one of his basic attacks. Yeah, pretty much those are all of his attacks that you should memorize. And to counter them, like the biggest problem that you will have with this boss are the lasers. Like, he pretty much jumps up in the sky and he doesn't give a fuck. He will stay there, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes 1 minute. You don't know that. He will camp there while he will make you dance, and then he just pops down without you even realizing it, and then spams the laser from out of nowhere. So pretty much this boss knows how to fuck our day up with ease, and I love him because of that. Alright, well, he got crippled, now he's in the rage mode, and yep, he's dead. There we go. Pretty much you should save your primary DPS until he reaches like the second phase, and then you pretty much should unleash the beast on him. Might be, well, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Sometimes I pretty much just YOLO it and pretty much go full savage on him. You will see what I mean when I start to play the second difficulty of the boss. The third difficulty, like, my fucking god. I did have one crazy run, which unfortunately I didn't record. I'm really like pissed that I didn't record that run, since that was epic. I didn't get hit a single time with these lasers at all. Didn't get hit a single time with the boss, and didn't take a single amount of damage from pretty much anything besides the bleed. So, and pretty much killed him in record time. And I don't know if I will ever achieve something like that again. That was a 1 in a million fight that I pretty much had with this boss. So yeah, the eyeball. And again, this, from all of the other bosses in this game, this boss is there to pretty much... It is one of the best ones to actually train evasions, literally, because the timed evasions in this game are a key factor to win. You can't just dodge non-stop 24/7. No, that's not gonna happen. This game doesn't have that. You have to time it. You have dodge stamina, and you have to know how to use it properly. If you don't, you die. Pretty much that's pretty much it. Like, there is no other way. Or you're like me, and you have S-Leaf made to be a fucking tank, being almost invincible. So yeah, you can take damage when you're built like a tank. That's true. But it's not efficient, not effective, and pretty much not as good as dodging. And also you pretty much get these nice buffs when you dodge. which is also important for the game and for the overall gameplay. Alright, well, let's keep on more. Let's keep on torturing myself a little bit more. I enjoy it. Some messages, some sadistic shit going on over here, I know. But just kidding. I'm just like thinking, since in the Eternal Engine we will get another eyeball boss. They call it the big sister, or I guess big brother of this boss. That will be interesting. Since I smell some hardcore shit about to happen in the Eternal Engine, in the new update coming up in for 5 days from now, and personally can't wait for it. The music is absolutely like in Eternal Engine. The music is something that I am personally looking forward to a lot. Like the psytrance in that Eternal Engine update. Holy shit! Immersive. I'm just gonna say that, immersive. And as you can see, this motherfucker will fucking spam that laser if you are like far away from him. That's cheating. This motherfucker knows how to cheat. This son of a bitch. Well, he got cut to bits over here by Alpha. And as you can see, I missed because that piece of shit flew he jumped up in the sky. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ, leave me alone. Oh my god, look at what's he doing. What the son of a bitch. Okay, I have to switch. There we go. Did you see that? Did you see that bullshit? That's some high class bullshit. I'm just gonna tell you that. That's some high class bullshit that he's doing. Hardcore, and I am not complaining. Like, I am enjoying it to the fullest. Well, in a moment here you will see some fails that I had. One of them is fucking hilarious. You will see, like, I got fucked in the ass pretty much by the lasers without being given a chance to evade, which is funny. Well, pretty much this boss has defenses against everything. He has defenses against ranged characters, defenses against short range, defenses against tanks, against DPSs, and yikes. Overall, this boss definitely knows. And now, well, on to the fails. Well, you will see what I mean by fails. The first one will be the one that... Now, this is pretty much when I started to warm up for the video. Pretty much one of the runs. Unfortunately, I had like 2 fails only, and this is the one where I got focused by the laser without being given a chance to evade, which is some high tier bullshit if you ask me. And one of my structures over here got roasted, cut to pieces. And I really hope that these developers in the future will add some damage models. I can definitely see my structures getting cut to pieces by those lasers. That will be an interesting graphical effect, in all honesty. Again, something that we didn't see in other games on this platform. Alright, that's one focus. Yeah, you get focus, and even if you get focused by these smaller lasers, they can still kill you. So you gotta be careful all around that motherfucker. Look at this piece of shit spamming that laser, and there we go. He just appeared out of nowhere while you're dodging the lasers, and then he just fucks you with the laser. Great, with his laser. Like, there are so many lasers left and right. Funny. Alright, well, I have like 8, and there we go, I got fucked in the ass by the lasers, and if you caught it, there we go, my live died. That was some, I don't know how to explain this bullshit, but that was some major bullshit, I will not lie. And again, I'm not even mad, honestly, like, you know, and I missed, look at this piece of shit, and I missed, and that's a fail. Alright, I'll restart. Did you see that? Like, I popped the ultimate and he just floated away from it. Motherfucker. That's sneaky. So, besides that, he can pretty much escape your ultimate. And, well, for the final fail over here, my Nanami will get destroyed pretty much. And, yeah. pretty much sad face. Sad that Nanami kicked the bucket over here. Or was it Nanami? I forgot. Let's see. I think, yeah, I think it was actually. And you might ask yourself, why do you have Nanami in your team? Well, pretty much the reason why I have this character on my team is to give more defense for me and to pretty much weaken the boss, since her Kuti pretty much weakens the boss. And that's why I have her on the team. And usually works. Sometimes it doesn't. Depends if I fuck up or if I don't fuck up. So, again, I challenge these people who claim that this boss is easy to fight this boss. I really do challenge them to fight this boss and to experience the brutal, like, look at this bullshit, oh my god. Alright, well, with that being said, that was the second fail, actually. It wasn't Cliff, it wasn't Nanami, it was Liv. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Again, I encourage you to fight this boss. It is truly entertaining. It truly improves your skill at pretty much any ARPG game that you play. It is really entertaining to fight the boss in these games. They are truly well made. And with that being said, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next one. Take care.